Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will show you serverless employee management system. Here I will show you S3, API gateway, Lambda and DynamoDB. In S3, I will upload two files, HTML and JavaScript. In HTML, we have employee form. That employee form I am going to save in DynamoDB, which contain ID, name, department and salary. So it come to the API gateway, and from API gateway routes the appropriate Lambda functions, and then Lambda functions process the request and send the data to DynamoDB. So for that we are using two API, post API and get API. For that I am using in Lambda functions two functions, to save the record one function and to get the record from DynamoDB another function. And here in S3 I am uploading HTML files and JavaScript. HTML is for the static, to show the form, and to do the dynamic operations. For that I am using JavaScript. So let's start the practical and understand this serverless project. So now guys, very first we need to create what table in DynamoDB. So go and create table in DynamoDB service and in my previous video I shown you with the RDS with Spring Boot. This time serverless project. So go and create DynamoDB service. Once you open the DynamoDB, just create one table. And DynamoDB is, guys, what? No SQL database. RDS is relational database. Now go and create one table here, and the table name you can take any table, but I'm taking here employee data. It's up to you what name you want to keep. So I am writing here employee data. Next, partition key as a primary key. So here I'll go with employee the employee ID. You can take any one, and the type is string. Next, sort key is optional, don't do anything. Now come here, default settings or customize settings. So in table I'll go with the customize settings. Next we have table class. In table class, DynamoDB standard or DynamoDB standard infrequently accessed. So don't go with this one, guys. Select DynamoDB standard. Next, capacity calculator we don't want here now. Read write capacity settings, on demand or provision. Go with the on demand. Next, maximum table throughput is optional. Leave it. Warm throughput, keep it default. Don't increase for this practical. No need to increase the warm throughput for the read and write. So keep it default as it is. Secondary indexes, if you want to secondary indexes, you can create it. It is for the performance, better performance, to get the result in from the table. So we don't want this one. Leave as it is. Encryption at rest, you want encryption any. So leave as AWS owned by key. Don't go with the AWS manager or customer. So it will charge you. So better to go this one. Okay. Next, turn on deletion production. If you click this one, once you done the practical, I want to release the resources. If you will check this, you can't delete it. So don't check this one. Okay. You want policy? No. That's it. Just create a table. Once done, now you'll see table has been created and its status creating. Once it will active, that it is done. Okay. Now we have an employee ID. After that, what we want? I want to save the record here in DynamoDB employee data table. So for this I am using what? How to save the record? With the help of Lambda function. So here I'll go with the Lambda service now. Now go here, guys, and open the Lambda service. And in Lambda service I'll go and create two functions. One is for saving the record in DynamoDB, another one to get the record from DynamoDB. Okay. Now you can see here, maybe it will up. I can see now its status is active. We can save the record and we can get the record. Now in Lambda, just create a function, and the create a function here, can you see auto from scratch or blueprint, depends on your requirement. I'll go with the auto from scratch. Basic information, what name you want to give for this function. So it is saving the record of the employee. So what I will do, insert employee data. This is the name of the function. And which platform you're using? I want to write the code in Python. So go with the Python. It's up to you. The code is written in which language, you can go and select it. So here I'm using Python. I'll show you the Python code. And the rest will be same. Don't do anything here. Just go and create a function. So now we have one function created to save the record into DynamoDB. Next, we want one more function for getting the record from the DynamoDB. Okay. Now you can see here. Yeah, it's taking time. Yeah, done. Now you will see here, successfully created the functions insert employee data. Okay. Now you can see code, test, monitor, configurations, alias and versions. So in code you will see the default code. When you will create a function, any function, you will get one default code. That code we don't want, because I want to save the record to DynamoDB. So for that we need to write a code, and the code already I have, guys. I will show you the code and explain you, then you will understand. Now see, we have, it's given me default code, import JSON, and the name of the function which returning status code 200 with some message. So I don't want this one. If I'll use, I cannot connect with DynamoDB. So what I will do, go here, I have a code. I will open and explain you the code, and then I will add here in my Lambda function. Okay. Now you can see we have library JSON and Boto3. With the help of Boto3 dot resource, I am creating the Dynamo object. Once I will get the Dynamo object here, and you can write any name here. Here I am using DynamoDB. You can take any name. Once you got a DynamoDB object, with that select the table. Which table? The table which one you created. See, in DynamoDB we created the same employee data. You can, maybe there are number of table inside DynamoDB. So based on that requirement, you go and select it. Once you select the table, the next what you want? I want to insert a record. So in that function we have parameter event and the context. So what you will do? See, define the handler function that Lambda service will use entry point. Okay. Next, you want to extract that data which is coming from API gateway. I'll show you how to do the API gateway, and then API gateway with the help of event, I'll pass the employee ID, name, department, and then salary. This will come and store here employee ID, name, department, and salary. Now guys, you can see one more thing. In DynamoDB, I just created employee ID, and the rest will create automatically. Okay, in DynamoDB. And then with the help of table.putItem method, I am storing the record which is coming from API gateway. How? Item and then employee ID, name is equal to name, department, salary, all will come here. If it's saved successfully, the record will save. So this code I want, guys. So what I will do, I'll just copy this code and come to my Lambda function. Come here. And the Lambda function, just copy the code, guys, here. Okay. Once you copy the code properly, do one thing, go and deploy. If you will not deploy, you will get the previous code, which is we don't want that code, guys. So always deploy the code once you will write the code in Lambda. Okay. Now we have one functions, and this is for to save the record in DynamoDB employee table. Next, I want to get the record. So for that I am using one more function, create function, and function name is I want to get record of employee. Okay, get record of employee, and platform is I am using Python. The rest is same. Now we have to save the get the record. If I'll save the record which is save employee data, I want to get it back. So I created function is what? Get record of. Now again, guys, come here. and I'll open this code, guys, and I will give this code to my GitHub, and I'll provide you the link. Don't worry. First, understand the project and try to do it by yourself. Okay. Now you can see, guys, what this code is doing. I'll import JSON and Boto3, and again with the help of Boto3. And guys, this is the way to write the function in Python. With the help of Boto3 dot resource, I create object of DynamoDB and which region where my DynamoDB created, Mumbai region. So I'll get an object of DynamoDB. Once I got it, you can take any name here. A simplicity, we are taking the same name. Okay. Next, select the table. Which table? The table which you created, employee data. And then I want to scan it. How you're retrieving in SQL? Select star from table name. The same way, table.scan scans the method which retrieve all the items from the table. Okay. So once it will scan it, it will come here and response. So with response items, it will give it data. So now maybe there is one data, two data, how many data we don't know. So for that we are using while loop. You can, how you're using in JavaScript, in Java or C# language, the for loop, while loop, the same way we are using in Python. So what you're saying, while last evaluate key and response, whatever response came, just read all till last and put it where data dot extend and response items, whatever the items is there, put in the data and give me back. Okay. So this code I want, guys. So I'll copy this code again and come to your Lambda function, the function which you created just now. Copy it. Once you copy, now again just go and deploy. Now guys, you have Lambda function to store the data and to get the data. But thing is that, guys, this Lambda service and Dynamo service, DynamoDB, these two services are different. If you want to talk to each other, then they cannot talk to each other directly. We need something else, that is roles. Now we need roles, guys, here. So for roles, what I will do, I'll go with the IAM service. So guys, this is IAM service. Please watch my videos previous. You will know that what is IAM service, how to create roles. So I'm going to create a roles here. And what roles will do? In roles, there will be a trusted entity and the permission. So here my trusted entity will be function, Lambda function wants to connect with permission wants to DynamoDB. So here I'll go and create roles. Okay. Now what is roles? Create role, guys, here and see trusted entity type. Select the trusted entity and trusted entity type. AWS service like EC2, Lambda or others, and there are many, based on you can go and select it. So for our requirement, AWS service, trusted entity, which service, guys? Lambda service, and Lambda service wants the permission to get DynamoDB. So next, which permission? DynamoDB. So go and create DynamoDB. So I'll go with the DynamoDB full access. It's up to you. You want to read, write, whatever. So I'll go with the full access. Once you check it, just go and click the next. Now you have to give the role of the name. So I'll go the role of I'll go with Lambda DynamoDB employee. Any name you can give. Just for the understanding, I'm giving this name and just create a role. Okay. Now you had created a role and giving the permission to DynamoDB to the Lambda function. But here you have how many functions, guys? We just now created two functions. So I need to give the permission to this Lambda function to connect with the DynamoDB table to store the record. If I will not attach the role to this function, you can't do it. Okay. So go to configuration, guys, here, and in configuration, come here. You can see the permissions. Go to permission. In permissions, edit role, and in edit, you can see here, guys, role, which role you want to give, the role which one you created. Just go and see Lambda DynamoDB employee. This role have the access to DynamoDB. That's why we are attaching this to our function. Now once done, go with the second one. You have two, guys. Okay. So select this also and go to configuration again. Now just come here, go to permission and go to edit. Now select your roles. Okay, DynamoDB employee. We done this also, guys. Now we create a table. Done with the table. Done with 2 Lambda functions and attach role also done. Now the next is what? I want to create an API, guys. That is post and get API. So go and create API service here. Open API service, and here I will create two API. Post is for saving the record and get is for getting the record. So we need to attach these 2 API with Lambda functions. How? Let's see. Just go and create an API, which choose an API type, which API you want to select it. HTTP API, WebSocket API, or REST API. REST API private. I'll go with the REST API, build, and then give the name of the API. New API here, you can select any of this based on requirement. I'll go with the new API, and this is what? Employee or API employee DB. Okay. Next. Okay, come down. Just API endpoint type. Go with the edge optimize for the low latency. Will get a faster response. That's why selected edge optimize. Now go with just go and create API. Now API also created. Guys, you can see here. With this, I will create one method, and that is this time is post method. Method type is what? Post, because I want to employee form, I want to save it. And you're integrating API with what? With Lambda function. So integration type is Lambda function. You have many HTTP, VPC, link, AWS service, but here we are using a Lambda function. Which function? Inside employee data function. Okay. In which region? API South 1 region. Once done, don't do anything, just go and create a method. Okay. Now that is one is done for the post. Now get API also we want. So again, go and click the API and create method. And now this time is what? Get integration type is Lambda function. Which function, guys? The function which we created. See, if you will not create, you will not get here. Okay. And the region is be South 1. Okay. Done. Once you done this part, so you have API. Now click this API. You have to cross origin. We need to enable it. To enable course, this is important. And access control, allow methods get and post. Okay. Once you do this, just go and save it. And this star is nothing but to allow any origin to access the resource. Just save this. Okay, now guys, the important is you have to deploy it. If you will not deploy, you can't do it. You cannot get access. Once you deploy, you have to give the new stage name, and the name is what? Our employee API. This name you have to give it. Okay, and just go and deploy it. Once you will deploy, you will get what? You can see, guys, this one. This is important. Once you will deploy, it will generate one URL. Copy this URL. Now you have, guys, what? Again go here. And now, guys, you can see we have 2 files, HTML files and scripting files. That is index file. Yes, this one. Let me open it and explain you. These 2 files I will upload in S3. And from S3, when it will host, I will save it record. And then it will come to API gateway to Lambda, and from Lambda to DynamoDB. Now you can see I open the index file, and you can see this, guys, is CSS for look and feel, guys. It's up to you how much you want to make it beautiful. You can go with the CSS. And this is, now we have 4 input type, guys. You see, input type text is employee ID, and this employee ID and the employee ID which we created in DynamoDB is same. See, otherwise see, it is same. If you will make anything different, then you will get an issue. Remember that one. Next we have what? Input type name, input type text is what? Department, and input type text is salary. Okay, so we have 4 input. So for that we have one button, input type submit, which is having one ID. ID is for selecting, guys. Here also you can see in all the input type we have one ID, salary, ID, department. Okay, so what it will do, when you click this button, I want to save the record. In the same way we have what? And which is after saving, in the parent paragraph tag I want some response. We will see. Then we have another button. Once I click this button, the record will come back. For this, the record will come here in the table. So just now we have what? Heading. Okay, so this thing we want. And next, once you click the button, guys, I want to operate some dynamic operations. For the dynamic, we need a scripting language. So here I am using JavaScript. For HTML only you can do static one. Now you can see, guys, we have document.getElement by ID. This is the method in JavaScript. This method says when you click the button, how you are clicking, when you click the button, I want to do some function. Which function? Just all the input values store here, employee ID, name, department and salary, and store as a JSON object. So we are taking JSON object. Okay, and next, this is the way, guys, value the method, and hash is an employee ID, name, department, salary with the help of hash dot val method. Okay, with this you are getting the value and storing input data. After that we are calling AJAX function. In AJAX function we are passing URL, endpoint. Which endpoint, guys? The endpoint which just now we created in API gateway. Come here, API gateway. Now can you see, guys, this API gateway, you need to copy it. So once you will copy it, come to JavaScript and don't copy here. Otherwise you have to multiple times you have to copy it. So copy just here properly. Once you will copy, just save it. Once you will save, next we have, once you click the button, I want to function so that I'll get the data which is in DynamoDB. So I'm passing the URL endpoint. What is the type? Get. Content type is what? JSON type. If success, give the response, and response will come here in table, guys. See jQuery, how you are writing the for loop in Java or other language, the same way jQuery.each response. After that, data, the data which came, I want to pass here in the column, like data, employee ID, name, department and salary. And console.log is nothing but to see the, if anything goes wrong, you can see in the console. So this code also I want, guys. These two things I need. So this code I will upload in S3. Now this time go to S3 service, guys, and create bucket. In S3 what we are doing? In S3 we are creating a bucket. So this is important, guys. Go and create a bucket. In a bucket, upload these 2 files. Please watch my this videos also. S3 I host the static website, and with the CloudFront also I shown. Okay, so you can watch it. I'll provide the link in the description. Next, just go and create bucket and give the name of the bucket. Okay, now bucket type is what? General purpose bucket. Don't go with the directory bucket. Global namespace. Bucket name is unique, so give the name of the bucket employee BKT DynamoDB, and bucket name is in small letter, guys. If you write in capital, you will get you cannot take it. Okay, next, see, I'll make this bucket as public. By default bucket is what? Private, but I will access this endpoint so through the internet. So for that I am using public access. Okay, guys. But if you are using CloudFront and no need to make this bucket as public. You can make it a private, and with the help of ground floor you can access it. I don't want bucket versioning as of now. Default encryption type also leave as it is. Live with the server side encryption. Okay, and just go and create bucket. Acknowledge it. Okay, done. Let's create a bucket. Okay, yeah, once bucket has been created, now you can see we have a bucket. Now in bucket we are going to upload a file. Which file, guys? The file which we have, index file, HTML file, and then a scripting file. So you can option is drag and drop, or you add files. Both option you have. Add file, go to index, HTML file and scripting files, that is JavaScript. Once you will upload, okay, both the file, come here, come down, upload it. Okay, now you can see, yeah, upload has been done. Once you will see upload, you can see properties, click the properties. Okay, after clicking the properties, bucket versioning I don't want, leave as it is. Default encryption type, we don't want to edit it. All things, such thing we don't want here, guys. Just go down and you can see static website hosting. This is important. Edit and just enable it. By default, static website is disabled. You need to enable it. Once you will enable, you need to give what? Index document name. So my index is what here, my default page is what? Index.html. In case in your it is different name, so go and give the different name for the default one. If it is welcome or home, whatever, so go and give this one. Don't give the same. Okay, in my case it is index, so I'm giving index. Now just go and save changes. Now you can see once you will done, just go again, go back, just go down, sorry, just go down in the same properties. Now you can see the name, bucket, website endpoint. Copy this, and this is so lengthy name, guys. If you want a beautiful name, custom domain, then we need to learn Route 53, guys. So here I'm not showing you the Route 53. Now open the tab and just see what happened here. Oh, can you see? Still we are not able to access this web bucket, though we make the bucket is public. Why? The reason is we need to edit some more thing. And what is that? That is, come again, go to permissions, guys. Once you will permission, see already I make the public access allow, public access allow. Still we are not able to access the bucket because we need to edit one bucket policy. What policy says to access this? So there are two kind of security, guys, you can understand. So now I have policy, I'll share with you, don't worry. Copy this and come to a bucket policy, save the bucket policy, and it says I want to access it. Which access? Bucket of access. So what is the bucket name? Copy the bucket name, the bucket which you want to give access, give here. Once you will give, just come here and give. Once you will give, just copy, just save the changes. Okay, save changes has been done. Again come here. Now refresh it. Oh, can you see Hamid employee company data? So we successfully host this page, so which contain ID. So once you click 101, and this time I'll add Matthew. You can add any name. Department is IT. Salary is this one is the salary, any salary. Now if I click this button, let's see what happened, guys. Wow, can you see employee data save? So now let's see DynamoDB. Open the DynamoDB service, and in DynamoDB service, explore items and see employee data. And now you can see 101 IT Matthews. We successfully store the record. Wow. Now let me show you. If I click this employee records, get employee records, so what will happen? Let's see. See, we get the record also. Superb. Now again what I will do, I'll show you one more record, Matthew, that is 102 ID. This time is Sammy, and is working in department HR. Salary is same. I will save the record. Employee data saved. Come again to your DynamoDB service. Refresh it. Once you will refresh, you see guys, Sammy stored. Now I want to get back these two records. So again to your and click this button. Now can you see the record has been back? So that's we successfully done the practical, guys. Please once you've done this practical, if you like this practical, please subscribe to my channel. And once you've done the practical, guys, just go and release all the resources in DynamoDB function, Lambda function, API gateway, whatever you created resource, just delete it. So just I am winding this practical here. Just comment me, and if you want some more content, please comment here. Okay, thank you watching this.